Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's video I'm going to be going over the all-new Toyota Tundra Limited with the TRD off-road package and pretty much every single option you can add to the truck. Before getting into this video though, as always, a huge shout out and thank you to the Larry Miller Toyota here in Murray, Utah for giving me some time with this truck. Check out the inventory in the description down below, and if you have any question or need any help, just ask for Mitch. And then on a side note, if you want to save time and money the next time you purchase a car, link to my car buying guide in the description down below. Let's get into it. Under the hood, we have the iForce Max, which is a twin-turbo 3.5-liter V6 that goes through a 10-speed automatic transmission. Fuel economy is 19 around town and then 22 on the highway, with power outputs being 437 horsepower and then 583 pound-feet of torque. Now, this is an option on the TRD Off-Road Limited. The standard engine is this engine without the hybrid system. Before we go over the front end, I do want to mention if you can see more videos just like this, then I recommend you subscribe because I post content every single day. So starting with the hood here, you guys can see it's flat there on the center and then kind of raised on either side. And then we have our iForce Max badge right there, which is pretty cool. And then coming down below, you guys can see here with the LED daytime running lights, and then look at the headlights as well. You've got that cool little accent piece below the lights. TRD there in the front grille. Notice the Toyota logo is actually slightly blue to signify this is a hybrid. You've got fog lights right there on top of that, and then there's actually a camera below the Toyota logo. And then since this is a TRD off-road, you guys can see we have the TRD off-road skid plate. And then when you put it all together, I think this truck's pretty good looking. I'm not a fan of like the silvery trim, but I'm just, kind of more of like a blacked out truck fan myself. Coming around the side here, our tire wheel setup is 265, 60, 20 in the front and over in the rear. And you can see we've got the TRD style wheels, which are all blacked out, got the red TRD logo in the center, and decent sidewall with the tires. It would be cool if the wheels were a little bit smaller since this is an off-road package. Now with the TRD off-road Tundra, you do get Bilstein shocks from the factory in the front and in the rear. Pretty cool fender flares here, and then I love those like prominent body lines. Got the Tundra badge here on the side. Chrome with the door handles, limited logo there on the back, and look at the chrome trim around the windows. And then you guys can probably see there at the edge, our TRD 4x4 off-road decal. And then when you put it all together, I really do like the side view of the new Tundra. I think it just looks like sharp and sporty and aggressive. So here's our key fob. We have our lock function, our unlock function, and then the opening here for the tailgate, and then you see the Toyota logo there at the bottom, and pop that down. Now this particular Tundra has the composite bed, so you guys can see here with the LED lights in that composite bed, and then we have an outlet as well, and we got fresh snow here in Utah. Ooh, ha! It's not that bad. Here's a closer look at that TRD 4x4 sticker, and then this button right here actually lets you lower down the tailgate. You got the cool new Tundra taillights, and then all of our badging here on the back. Notice it says Tundra stamped into the tailgate. Parking sensors there at the bottom. Receiver hitch, 10,000 pounds of towing capacity, and then 1,355 pounds of payload. Well, here's a look at the exhaust tip in the back, and then we have a solid axle here in the rear, and then we have a multi-link for the suspension, and then like I said, Bilstein shock in the rear. And then when you put it all together, I do think that the new Tundra is a pretty handsome truck. I know that some people didn't like it at first, but I think it's growing on people. So here's the door panel. Notice the two-tone coloration. You got some padding here in the armrest area, and then look at the door handle, very utilitarian. Tons of storage space. And then take a look at these seats. Notice perforated in the center portion. You got this cool kind of design there in the center of the seat. And then we do have storage underneath. We got our first aid kit right there. Legroom's really solid here in the back. Got a little storage pocket, a couple of cup holders, and then you can see more storage down below. And then we got some outlets. And no review would be complete without a cup holder armrest. And then if you're wondering, headroom's pretty solid back here. Now with the front door panel, it has the same two-tone design, but notice the padding here at the top's a little bit softer than in the rear, and then same padding down below. All of our window controls here. We've got a door lock and unlock, mirror adjustments. The mirrors do power fold in. We also have memory seats. We got blind spot monitoring for the mirrors and decent storage space in the door panel. Now here's the front seat. You can see, again, how it's perforated in the center. Here's a better view down below. And then we have all of our power adjustments on the side. Really cool TRD pedals there. And then up above you can see here for like the heated steering wheel, for example, your gas cap release. That's for the outlet to turn it on. Steering wheel is manually adjustable. So here is our steering wheel. You guys can see the leather trim here at the top and at the bottom. Notice it's perforated on the sides, so you can get a slightly better grip. We do have adaptive cruise control as well as lane keep assist. We've got volume voice command controls on the other side, and then controls for the center stack. Turn signal light stock, windshield wiper stock. Now here is the center gauge cluster. You guys can see full digital gauge cluster. Now on the one side, I can scroll through some different menus there to see different bits of info on the truck. And then I can also go through a bunch of different drive modes here. Notice I got a sport, normal, and eco. There is the multi-terrain select. You have to be in 4-wheel high to go into that, and then that'll let you go through the off-road drive modes, which is a pretty cool feature. Now the Tundra has one of the best camera systems in the truck world. So 360 camera system, you guys can see with the trajectory lines, and you can see out of pretty much every single angle of the truck, including the bed. So we can see that snow. And then we have this off-road view, which is also cool. So it shows you like pitch and roll, and you can also still do the 360 view. So like when it comes to a camera system, it's solid. Now as for the infotainment screen, Toyota's basically taken the smaller screen and just made it larger. And so functionality's pretty good. You got that shortcut bar. It's relatively easy to use, and that's all. Now down below we have a dual zone climate system. We have heated and cooled seats. We got our little volume control right there for the radio, and then a USB port off to the side. That's for your trailer backup system. Then you guys can see here for the camera view, we've got the stability control, hazard lights, and then locker for the rear. We've got our auto hold here, and then the parking brake. Wireless phone charging pad here, and the limited, and then you can see more storage space in front. We have our TRD shifter, and then this does have a manual shift function as well. And then you guys can see we got some cup holders here. We've got our drive line select, so this has 2-wheel high, 4-wheel low. And then our drive mode select, and then that's your tow haul mode, so you can just turn that on. And then like I said, with multi-terrain select, you have to be in at least 4-wheel high to use that. And then your hill descent control / crawl control. And then look at the center console, got that little window, so that'll open up to let you access it. Got nice padding there on top. And then storage space, solid. Pretty cool look there with the dash, and then you guys can see the padding down below. And then opening up the glove box, decent amount of storage space inside. Now we do have the famous camera mirror here in the Tundra, and then we've got the window, the whole window goes down, which is pretty fancy. And then you got the controls here for the full panoramic sunroof. So here's our window sticker for this limited with the TRD off-road package. You guys can see all of the standard equipment on this. And like I said, even though it says that the engine is in the standard equipment section, it's an option on the limited. But anyways, we have quite a few options out of this truck. Look at the base price, $57,015. TRD off-road package, I think it's worth it, $3,000. That's the price to pay for some cool off-road stuff. I guess TRD front skid plate is also a separate option. But anyways, after all options, this one stickers for $65,264. Let's take it back to its parking space. Okay, let's talk about visibility before we set off. You guys can see visibility over the hood, both of the mirrors, just do a blind spot monitoring, and then throughout the rest of the rear. And we're just gonna set right off because we're heading over the parking space. I'm gonna turn the heated steering wheel on because my hands are cold from all of the filming outside today. And I'm still not done. I think I have like 2 more videos to film. RIP. 35 degrees outside, it's honestly not that bad. But here's the deal. So TRD off-road package, and then also the hybrid. My opinion on the hybrid, I've driven it a couple times now, is that it feels slightly punchier compared to the regular powertrain off the line, but past that, it doesn't really feel that much quicker. And so, I mean, yeah, it does get slightly better fuel economy. Fuel range would be a little bit better too, but I don't know, if I was going to get a Tundra, I just would get the regular powertrain unless I was going to get a TRD Pro that comes with this powertrain as standard, for example. Now with the TRD off-road package, I definitely think it's worth it. I love the looks of the wheels and everything, and I love the practicality that package adds. And look at that TRD Camry. They got another one of those. Those are cool. But yeah, I really do like the package, and I took a limited with the TRD off-road package off-road, I think it was like earlier this year, and it just destroyed off-road obstacles. Like, it's actually super capable. And so, you know, if you don't want to pay TRD Pro money, but you want a vehicle that's really capable off-road, then I would look into this TRD off-road package. Just like the 4Runner, just like the Tacoma, this is kind of like the value spot where you get a lot of the practicality, but you aren't paying the big price premium of the TRD Pro. And this Tundra does not have... That's the one thing that's a little bit of a downside. The new Tundra does not have the best turning radius, but the camera system, I mean, you guys can see it helps me pretty much perfectly place the truck. Look at that, easy. I know it doesn't, you know what I've noticed? Is these bird's eye view cameras versus the backup cameras are more accurate with how you're in the lines, because the backup cameras make you look like you're out of lines. But anyways, let me know what you guys think about this TRD offered package, if you would get this or if you would try to find a TRD Pro and spend a little bit more money on that, considering that this is pretty much a TRD Pro without the TRD Pro stuff, because it has the hybrid powertrain and it has all the options. That's gonna sum things up with our video on this limited Tundra with the TRD off-road package. Again, a huge shout out and thanks to the Larry Miller Toyota here in Murray for giving me some time with this truck. Check out the inventory in the description down below. I'll see ya.